Hello everyone, I hope you're doing really well and having a good day. So I am going to be doing loads of planting today. I have a maple tree to plant, a boxwood to plant. I need to get all of my seedlings, now that we are in the middle of June, out of their trays into the ground so that they can get off and get going. They are definitely needing to get out of their trays now. I am trying to plant in the midst of some pretty iffy weather. We've got storm clouds rolling in and out, so there's not going to be a lot of chatting today. I'm just going to try to get things planted as quickly as possible. I'm wearing these overalls, which are on their last leg. This is probably the last day I'll be able to wear them, that are absolutely falling apart, but this is a serious planting day. So I'm gonna get it going. Thank you so much for watching. So by no means am I a tree expert, but I've been doing a lot of research for my garden and have recently listened to a podcast by the RHS, or the Royal Horticultural Society in England, and listened to a podcast all about trees and the proper way to plant them and what current research is telling us to do that is best for trees. And so what I'm going to do is I am going to put biotone starter fertilizer in the soil, primarily because there is mycorrhiza powder or mycorrhizal fungi in there, which is great for root development. However, that's all I'm going to do. My goal is to get this tree to really root into the native soil and make its home here. If I do add compost, it's going to be to the top of the soil surface so that the tree can take up those nutrients as and when it needs them, and otherwise leave the hole completely alone. So I've got the hole pre-dug here, and then I'm going to add in the biotone starter fertilizer. The other important thing, hopefully you don't lose the tree in the wind, is to not plant the tree too deeply. I really am only going to bury it to the same depth that it was planted in its pot, and no deeper than that. Help me?
Can I hold it for a second by my own self?
It's too heavy, sweetheart.
We gotta plant some more trees.
So the next thing I have to plant is this Green Mountain boxwood. It's going to give a little bit of winter interest and evergreen up at the end of the driveway at the start of this hedgerow here. So far we've got Green Mountain, October Glory Maple, then down the line there's about 5 or 6 of the Beauty of Moscow lilacs, 2 bridal respirea, and the cherry blossom tree. As of right now, I'm going to be adding in some more shrubs here soon. So all of this foliage here is from daffodils. This variety was supposed to be Thalia, which is a lovely white narcissus, but they sent me the wrong bulb. So all of this looks like tete-a-tete, I think, is what I've identified it as, which is a very vibrant yellow and not what I wanted. So if I disrupt some of these bulbs as I'm planting this boxwood, I'm really not going to worry about it. The company that sent these to me did offered to send me replacement bulbs this fall of the Thalia, so hopefully those come in true to variety. so lastly for this little section, I have a bunch of perennials that I picked up. This is lamb's ear pure cotton, and 5 of these Carpathian bellflowers. This one is pearl white, and then 3 Munstead wood lavender. Oh, and then this, this creeping thyme. This is a white creeping thyme called snowdrift. Isn't supposed to be here. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to try to get done here before the storm really comes in is get some of these annuals and biennials planted. These are about half, maybe not even half, of what I have left to plant. I've got Cosmos, Sweet Rocket. Now this variety of Cosmos, this whole tray, I think is Rosetta. And then, or no, this one is Rubenza. And then I've got Strawflower, I've got Rudbeckia Sahara, I've got Coreopsis. And all of these things were meant for the prairie border. I'm just gonna find different spots to put them. I've got bags of mushroom compost up there, and I'm gonna be spreading that around with some Flower Girl fertilizer. So it's the next day. I kind of got rained out and exhausted yesterday planting a couple hundred seedlings. It definitely takes longer planting seedlings in a mixed border rather than in a row as a row crop, which can be done much, much quicker. Finding the spacing in the place and adding compost and fertilizer, it all just takes a lot more time doing it that way. But in the end, I think the effect will be worth it. And like the rest of my garden when I was just starting it a couple of years ago, annuals really help bring that color and that fullness when it's just getting going. That helps with weed suppression and just long-term seasonal interest that just keeps going and gives so much back. So the work is well worth it. But that being said, I still have loads of seedlings to get into the ground today. There's so many other things I could be doing right now too, but my top priority is getting all my seedlings, every last one, out of the trays today and tomorrow so that I can be done with that part of gardening for the year. So without any further ado, let's just get really quick. Here are a few other trays that I didn't mention yesterday. I've got a couple more trays also still in the kitchen garden that I need to figure out where everything's going. But here's a tray of kind of wiry apricota cosmos, and then this is a tray of 2 different kinds of status. I have sunset mix and then rat tail, and then I have some nicotiana. And then this tray, this was probably the healthiest tray of cosmos. This mix is apricota and apricot lemonade. Apricot lemonade is on the shorter side. You can see their stems are kind of green. The apricota are this darker pink color. But I'm going to get all of these hopefully in the ground now. show you guys all of the foxgloves, all of the self-sown foxgloves are starting to open up and bloom, and because they are self-sown and open pollinated, they are a mix of colors, but I'm happy to see that some of my favorite apricot varieties are coming up. And then look what's blooming, whoops, through this lilac. Here is an amazing gray poppy, and there is another one. There's been a few red ones that I've had to rogue out, but also these bearded irises are giving me life right now. And I have to say, Prairie has been doing a really good job, it seems, of keeping the deer out of the garden lately. And all of my roses that are now in their 3rd year or even 4th year, a few of them, this is the most established I've ever seen them and the most buds I've ever seen on them. We do have a lot of aphids this year. However, if I'm just like holding my breath that the deer don't come in one night and just devour all of the thousands of rosebuds, because if I am able to see them all bloom, it's going to be an amazing show, and I will probably cry if the deer destroy them. But tonight I am going to be spraying with liquid fence because we've had tons of rain, and let Prairie do her work, and hopefully this will be our best year ever by far. Okay everyone, I'm going to stop there for today. I still have a whole tray of foxgloves to plant, more cosmos to figure out, lots and lots more seedlings to figure out. But I think what I'm going to do is turn the camera off, just try to hustle and get as many of those things in the ground as I can today, and then save the rest for tomorrow. But I will just do a quick update after all of that is done in a future video, showing you where I planted everything and exactly what I planted. I hope you enjoyed watching this. I'll see you next time. Happy gardening.